The mummy is on the loose, and he's dancing with the devil. You know what that means? It's time for another episode of Macabre Cast. Doc Mark and Chorus, the little mummy, here to bring you another episode of Macabre Cast, where we'll be dropping R's where they belong and adding them where they don't. So the way Macabre Cast works is you send me your opinions, thoughts, and ideas by message through Messenger at Macabre Theater on Facebook, preferably a voice message. Always makes for a better show. And that's how we stay interactive. That's how we do this show together. So, Karis, today, June 20th, 2023, is the 48th anniversary that the original Jaws was released in theaters. June 20th, 1975. I saw that in the theater when it opened when I was 6 years old.
Well, that's real nice parenting.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to get into that.
6 years old.
Everybody knows their own kid and what they can handle. I, for one, was a big monster fan. And what better of a monster than the shark from Jaws? As a matter of fact, I saw it many times in the theater when it came out. I couldn't get enough Jaws. And anything I could get my hands on that said Jaws on it. And I still do not swim in the ocean. Still waiting for the selfie-taking hordes out there to send in their horror merch pics, their swag. Got nothing. Also, a new topic, horror records. Did you grow up with horror records like I do? Probably like a 70s thing, but two come to mind for me. One was put out by Disneyland Records. Chilling, Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House. Kind of told almost like a book and record, but there was no book with it. With lots of scary sounds and about spending the night in a haunted house. Played that over and over again. And the one that really terrified me was called Sounds to Make You Shiver. Was mostly just a record full of scary noises and sound and winds and thunder. I used to put this record on and then climb under my bed and listen to it under my bed where I felt safe. I had my grandfather over once and put it on for him, and he thought I'd give him a good scare. So as I put the record on and climbed under my bed, he sat there and I made fun of every sound and every track and was trying to figure out what I found so scary about it. But another topic I'd like to throw out there is real neighborhood ghost stories. Did you have some kind of a supernatural thing happen to you that you'd like to share? Or maybe like my neighborhood, we kind of had what I deemed as a haunted house. It was this really old house, a street over, that had partially burnt down. It was like a vacant house, real haunted house quality with a whole backstory. Was the Gardner house, because the last name of the last owner was Gardner, or he owned the street, and all kinds of stories crept up out of the imagination of children about that house. But we used to dare each other to go inside. One night it went up in flames again. And we watched it burn as the fire department knocked it to the ground, probably, to avoid punks like us from daring each other to go into it ever again.
Dark. Somebody named Nick wrote into Macabre Theater.
Yes, I see that, Karis. Nick writes in, he would think it would be interesting comparing things like Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, like how similar they are, chasing, stalking, Actually, I don't think they're similar at all, those two. I've always believed Michael Myers gets more of a charge out of the scare than he does the kill. He almost likes to, well, if you follow through the original, he almost seems to like the stalking and scare more than the kill, where Jason is a lumbering hulk that just smashes through doors and windows and grabs you. I found both of these things very scary as a kid, as a teenager, but like a lot of things, they get watered down over time. We get desensitized. Same old story. He was putting out there what do people think is more scary. Nick wants to know what's more scary: ghost stories like Insidious or The Conjuring, or slasher movies like Friday the 13th and Halloween, or the child doll killer movies, which I thought at first Child's Play was really interesting and a neat redo of an old Twilight Zone type theme, but I don't know. As a franchise, I don't know how much they hold up. I get really tired of the old killer doll thing pretty quickly. But what do you people think out there? What do you prefer, ghost stories, slasher movies, or killer doll films? What's your go-to? So, join the Macabre Theater family over on Facebook at Gory Greats. And please, please, please remember to like and subscribe the YouTube channel, Dark Mark. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.